Sup Thinkers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks. Yeah, it has been a while. How you been, boys? All good? Still playing the game? Me, not very often, to be honest. Actually, once every couple weeks I jump on for a little bit, maybe with Freddy. And sometimes when I get a chance on a weekend for another hour or so, but that's about it. Anyway, I was going through my account. I have shitloads of tanks. And then I noticed I have this Centurion 7-1, which I haven't played in ages. And then I noticed my mark on it was something like 87%. So I was like, oh, you know, play a few games, see if you can maybe 3-mark it. I mean, that would be wishful thinking, to be honest, because like I barely play the game, so forget about 3-marking. But I was gonna play at least 5 or 10 games or something. And then I had this game. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for you because it's gonna be kind of a long video. But remember, and I hate to be the one pointing all the issues with the game always, but man, it bothers me so much. Every time I get on this game, I get shit that happens, and I can't explain it. I can't be the only one, for sure. I still watch YouTube videos, and I saw, you know, I'm still watching some of the good tankers out there on YouTube, and I see them having similar issues, but they're not bitching about it as I am. But someone has to, I think. So yeah, you can call me this guy, you know, this guy's bitching all the time. Yeah, I guess I am. But, you know, it's like, the reason I play this game is for rush. Sometimes, you know, like I just want to get on, and when I have a bit of time, I want to enjoy the game, and in many cases I don't freaking enjoy it because of shit that happens. So today's video is, and I know I mentioned this multiple times. Oh, look at that, right? That's one of the issues right there. Ghost shell right through the tank, right through the middle of the tank, okay? But we're not gonna focus on that today. I had some videos in the past when I mentioned to you guys that whenever I feel like I'm left alone or with another tank versus a bunch of other tanks, let's say if it's 2v7 situation, 2v6, 1v5, sort of stuff like that, I noticed that something weird happens, you know, like it seems to me like the game wants me to die sooner so that we can move on to the next game. And I have a feeling that's kind of what's happening in today's meta, or with today's game. I'm not sure if Wargaming is doing something, but I'm full of conspiracy theories every time, eh? But there's gotta be something, because every time I'm in a situation like this, there's an issue with modules. So I found modules are dying more rapidly than normal. So I'm assuming maybe in algorithm they have it so that, well, if there's only one tank left, let's make those modules really suffer. So to be honest, you could be doing everything right in the game, and then all of a sudden, you know, someone hits you, breaks your modules, your ammo rack explodes, or breaks your fuel tanks, sets you on fire, or, I don't know, breaks your gun, even though you already used your repair kit. I mean, shit like that happens all the time. But today, I'm going to show you a game where this actually happened, where at the end of the game, I'm going to be set on fire with one shot without any of my modules broken. And I was the only one alive. So when this happened, I was like, I have to investigate this a little bit more because it's very unusual. So I'm going to dig into this a little bit deeper at the end of this video, if you guys are interested. And I'm not talking about digging through Wargaming's website posts or articles, whatever. It won't be that. It will be in-game examples. So basically what I did is I took the same tank that set me on fire. Used the same rounds. Set up the crew so that, you know, worst possible case, so that it can potentially set me on fire. And then we took it to the test. So that's exactly what we're gonna do at the end of this video. In the meantime, let's focus on the game. So as you noticed, we are on Malinovka, and it's I'm a top tier here, which is, you know, amazing. I was thinking, you know, this is gonna be a good game, but lately, to be honest, you're on top tier, and you know your team is so bad they die in no time. So you think you're gonna have a good game? No, you're not gonna have a good game. So that's what happened here. Everybody that went to the hill died. My entire rest of the team went to the other side of the map, and they're gonna slowly die off over there on the other side. So I'm just, you know, I'm being cautious. I'm getting my damage here. I'm just my 3 mark. If it's gonna go up, I have to have a decent game here. So that's what I was thinking. So I'm just gonna play it at a distance because I have view range advantage in this tank being a tier 9, and we're gonna try to, yeah, we're gonna try to get as much damage, pretty much. But at the same time, I'm still trying to win a game. Every time you try to win a game. But right now, as you can see, the score is what? 4v9. So at this time, I was pretty sure we're gonna lose this. But yeah, I'm gonna fight till the end. So we put a shell into this Diamondback, and yeah, we're gonna try to drain him here. So now, okay, I got spotted. So we're gonna have to hide behind this building. Now it's 2v7. So now what I could have done, to be honest, I could have went to the field, pick position, something like H3, play safe, catch these guys coming, drain them down, potentially. But since there's so many of them, I don't want them to know where I am. So instead, since they all came down from the hill, I assumed that they rushed all of our greens that are still remaining. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe I can sneak up on the hill and see if I can catch them off guard. Maybe catch them one by one. But unfortunately, yeah, this E50 catches me off guard. And at this point, I was like, you know, I'm just gonna trade. It doesn't matter. I think this game is over anyway. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to trade. I probably should have played it smarter over here, but I have no patience for this game anymore, guys, to be honest. I mean, I could have played it smarter. I could have played it from here, from the beginning, and be protected. Just use my strong turret armor to hit him and penetrate him. But it doesn't matter. He's rushing me right now. So we're going to try to take him out of the game. Unfortunately, he rams me here at the end. I didn't get my reload in time because I would have probably killed him without losing any HP. Here we got this guy out of the game. And now I was kind of in a pickle. I'm like, they're going to rush me. There's no question about it. Question is, where do I defend from? So I decided to go behind this dead tank here because I'm like, I got some cover here. I could use it with my strong turret armor. So here I was going to rotate, and yeah, there we go. Seemed like the guy had absolutely nothing to shoot at, yet he sets me on fire. Anyway, we're going to try to put a shell into this guy. And we do, and now he rams us. And we die with 5.6k damage. And to be honest, I'm pretty sure we could have carried this if we had our HP. So I gave away some HP against E50, which probably I shouldn't. But other than that, I was in pretty good shape. I had a lot of health. None of my modules were damaged. And the lava guy seems to put in really ridiculous shot through that tank into me and kills me. So yeah, we finished on top. Our team was shit, but don't pay attention to that. Let's go into, well, first of all, we're gonna check out the position of the fuel tank and the engine of this tank. And well, actually no. First we're gonna go and take a look at the actual replay. Okay. So let's look at the replay. I forgot how I cut this video. So here you're gonna see exactly what happened. I thought my tank wasn't visible, but because Löwe was a little bit on an incline, I think he found a shot above, slightly above the dead wreck of E50, and he put a shell into the rear of my tank. But you're gonna see where it hit. It's gonna be quite peculiar, because it hit it right, like right at the edge, right there, right at the end. Yeah, this is crazy. Like, take a look at this. Like, it barely skimmed me, it seemed. I didn't think it was gonna do anything. But then, you'll see later on, Centurion 7-1 actually has a fuel tank right at the end of the tank, right at the rear butt of the tank. So there is a slight chance that this shell could potentially slightly touched the fuel tank, and I think that's what we're gonna do now. Yeah, we're probably gonna look at modules now, so that you guys see where the engine and where the fuel tank is on this tank. So the engine's obviously in the back, but this doesn't show the fuel tank. So let's go to the modules. Come on, overview. Come on, let's go to the engine. Right there. So you can see where the engine is, and right at the back there is a fuel tank. And where the guy shot me, there is a chance that he could have potentially put that shell right through the edge of the fuel tank. So it's not entirely impossible that my tank wouldn't burn, but then what we're gonna do is, so basically what I did after I went into the custom games, and I wanted to kind of replicate the same situation. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use Löwe, which is exact same tank. We're gonna try to use 3 different shell types, and we're gonna try to set us on fire and see if we can actually do that. We're gonna shoot the exact same spot that the guy shot me, which is that, it looks like that little container right at the end of the tank. We even positioned my Centurion the way it should be sitting. So what do we do now? We put 2 shells in, nothing. 3rd shell, nothing. Not even a fuel tank so far. Now, the guy was shooting AP rounds, because you could see the... Oh, there's a fuel tank right now. So the fuel tank goes bad right there. But I didn't get set on fire. Okay. So yeah, I was saying the guy was shooting AP rounds, because you could see the tracers on the replay system. So now we're gonna go with APCR rounds. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna shoot exact same spot, and we'll see if we can set us on fire. First shell, nothing. Second shell, fuel tank. You can see there, it actually hit the fuel tank. 3rd shell. Now I should be able to set him on fire. There it is. There's fire right now. And the last shot should obviously kill him right there. Okay. So in this instance, we actually damaged the fuel tank first before we set Centurion on fire. We went back to AP rounds because we wanted to see if we can replicate what we did with APCR rounds. So we're back with AP rounds. So first shot, nothing. Second shot, there's a critical hit. So that's probably fuel tank right there. 3rd shot, nothing. Okay, now 4th shot, nothing. And last shot will just die, right? So we won't be set on fire. Alright, so last round we're gonna do with Heichi. Just to see if maybe Heichi can set us on fire. Shooting the same spot. That shot didn't do anything. And I think a couple of my Heichi shells... Yeah, I don't know. They're going in the track, really. And I'm shooting the spot where the guy was shooting because on the replay system you can see exactly where. Although I noticed replay system is not very consistent as well lately. The shots are going in a different spot where the tank gets hit. You can't trust anything anymore. So it's like you're trying to prove things and you really can't. But anyway, we ran out of Heichi shells right here, but that's fine. We're gonna continue shooting APs. And the point of this video is I just don't trust wargaming at all, man. Like, seriously. All the shots that I'm gonna put into the Centurion here, in a vicinity where the guy set me on fire, shooting just one round over the dead body of the tank. All the rounds that I fired in this example here, in this experiment, didn't set me on fire. And I fired at least 20, maybe over 20 rounds. So if Centurion has 20% chance of getting set on fire, it didn't happen to me once, just by shooting fuel tank directly. The only time I got set on fire in this trial is when I hit fuel tank in the same spot twice. So go figure. I don't know if it's going to prove anything or not, but there's definitely something wrong with this game. And yeah, every time you want to come back and play, it's like stuff like that happens. Like, why? Like, that should be clear-cut stuff that should be explained in the game. What are you supposed to expect every time? Unless this game is no longer supposed to serve as competitive platform for any of the players playing, because otherwise I see no point. If random shit like this is happening, what is the point of this game then? What is the point? And I'm gonna make another video at some point. I don't know, whenever I get to it, guys. I don't really have freaking time to be doing videos anymore, but I really have to make another video on lightly armored vehicles like artilleries, waffles. Man, the things that I've never seen in this game. Honestly, I've never seen shit like that before, where premium round will bounce off Waffle E100. And I'm not saying hitting the gun. Hitting outside the gun. Obviously, you hit the gun, you get critical or something. But no. Hitting outside the gun in a hitbox area. Shell bounced. I have example of that. I also have example of I was in my STA2 going against GW Tiger. I bounced my standard round off of GW Tiger's thin structure on top twice. Twice, not once, twice in the same game. And then he literally just points, aims, and shoots me and takes me out of the game. And actually, you know what? It's going to be a very similar situation to today's, where I was one versus many tanks. Go figure. I do not understand. Anyway, I'll leave you with another Centurion game at the end here, which I had a very decent game. I don't understand the distribution of the team here at all. And I'm talking about the opposing team and my team. But whatever. Centurion is still a very, very nice tank. It doesn't have the rate of fire of Centurion AX. But 7.1, everything's about that gun. And it looks amazing, this tank. I actually think it looks amazing. And the gun on it is literally pinpoint accuracy at long distance. You can hit your shots pretty much every time. Obviously, RNG plays a role more often than not. But this gun is so accurate. And I just enjoy playing it. And the fact that hash rounds are on this tank, it makes it very nice to play versus lower tiers. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, so I'll leave you with this game, and maybe I'll get myself together to make this other video about Artie, non-pens. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention. So the game you're watching in the background right now, there's one more thing that needs to be talked about. So once you get to the end of this game, I did some ram damage. Well, not really ram, but damage of sitting on top of another tank. So you'll notice when I actually get there. But you remember the time when the player that even died on top of another tank, they used to get the damage accumulation from the fact that sitting on top of that tank, even though you're dead, you were still accumulating damage because you forced that tank to die. You made that tank die. If you're sitting on top of someone, doesn't matter if you're dead, you should still be absorbing or getting that damage by taking the opposing tank's HP, right? So that's how it used to be. But you'll notice in this game, it is not the case anymore. So at the end of this game, I'm gonna ram the guy, and I'm gonna kind of prop on top of Leopard 1, I think. And I'm gonna sit on top of him, even though I'm dead, because I died earlier. I should be getting accumulation of the hit points that he's losing, right? But I haven't. So pay attention to that at the end. So I don't know when this change was introduced, if anyone actually knows anything about it, but things like that being changed in the game. And I wonder if these changes actually show up in the release notes. Does Wargaming actually share that information to that detail? Because I doubt they do. But I don't know. Maybe you guys are aware. I don't know. I wasn't. Like, I'm not in the game every day. And obviously some things slip through the fingers. Actually, a lot of things slip through my fingers nowadays. But I wasn't aware of that. So this game should have been above 7k. Because I should have gotten another at least 200 damage from him. But I didn't. Anyway, guys. That's it for now. Until next time. Happy tanking. Or not. Space Bandit. Checking out.